Hello friends and welcome, I'm Mike Birmingham. In this edition we ask, where did that lion come from? Are eggs bad for cholesterol? What was O'Donnell Abu? We see an optical illusion. We also find out how feasible it is to build a bridge or tunnel between Scotland and Ireland. And we see an unusual haircut. First to our brain teaser though. A clever thief in the olden days was charged with treason against the king. He was sentenced to death, but the king decided to be lenient and let the thief choose his own way to die. So what way should the thief choose? Have a think, the answer to come at the end of the Miscellany. Back in time to vintage and interesting photographs. Here's one of 1928, Leo the Lion recording the MGM roar. Or, you might know it like this. A classic movie icon that has become synonymous with the movie studio MGM. It used to scare many a youngster who saw it for the first time, including myself. The lion's name was Leo the Lion, but that logo has been remade many times over the years. One of the first was a lion called Slats, S-L-A-T-S, and Slats was born in Dublin Zoo. The question though remained, who chose the lion? What was the lion all about? Well, it seems though, and the story goes, the original logo was designed by a gentleman called Howard Dietz, who stated that he wanted to use a lion as a tribute to his former alma mater, which was Columbia University. And their athletic team's nickname was the Lions. Notwithstanding that, they had their own song, and it was called Roar, Lion, Roar. And that inspired him to do just that for the opening sequence for MGM. Unlike his successors, the Goldwyn Pictures lion, Slats, did really nothing but look around in the logo, making him the least scary and the only MGM lion probably not to roar, although it is rumoured he was trained to roar on cue, despite the fact that synchronised sound wouldn't be officially used in motion pictures until the year of 1927. Slats passed away in 1936. His hide is currently on display at the McPherson Museum in McPherson in Kansas. Health Watch now. A question often asked, are eggs bad for cholesterol? The good people at healthline.com tell us that chicken eggs are an affordable source of protein and other nutrients. They're also naturally high in cholesterol, but the cholesterol in eggs apparently doesn't seem to raise cholesterol levels the way other cholesterol containing foods do, such as trans fats and saturated fats. It seems that 3 whole eggs per day are perfectly safe for healthy people. Eggs consistently raise a thing called HDL, and that's the good cholesterol. And for 70% of people, the other stuff, which isn't so good, there's no increase in total LDL cholesterol. Even back in the 60s, they were extolling the benefits of eggs, as seen in this classic advertisement.
I'm rather good at crosswords. Trouble is, I make them too easy. 6 down, let's see, down. 4-letter word beginning with E and ending in S. A valuable food rich in protein.
Eggs.
I beg your pardon.
A valuable food rich in proteins is eggs.
It is not eggs, it is eels.
It is eggs.
It is eels, I've written it down and it fits.
But if it was eggs, then 7 across would be pig.
It is not pig, it is pie.
But look at the clue. Pork, and you may hear it grunting.
Well, you've heard of a pork pie, haven't you?
I've never heard of one grunting. Look, change pie to pig and pal to dog, and you've got eggs. And they're rich in protein and a very valuable food. Good value is egg-shaped.
You've completely muddled me up. I'll have to start again now.
That's it. Start the day right with eggs.
Oh, this is hopeless. Look, I've gone right through the paper. It's your fault. Yeah.
And now back in time to nostalgia from Ireland. Now, you may have heard this before. Or perhaps performed like this.
Loudly the note of the trumpet is sounding, loudly the war cries arise on the gale.
And even in some of the notes like this for the RTE news introduction. That track is called O'Donnell Abu, and it's been associated with our national broadcaster since 1936. First we heard the old recording of the interval signal for what they at the time called Radio Éireann, or RTE's FM, long wave, medium wave and short wave services. It was chosen by a listener poll in 1936. Later on we heard a 1960s snippet from Tommy Makem and Liam Clancy with their vocal rendition. Finally then to Ronan Hardiman, the composer, and his reimagining of the theme for the RTE News flagship programmes. O'Donnell Abu, it's a traditional Irish song, the lyrics written by Michael Joseph McCann. It refers to the Gaelic lord Red Hugh O'Donnell, who ruled Tyrconnell in the late 16th century, first with the approval of the crown and later in rebellion against them, and during Tyrone's rebellion with the title referring to the Gaelic war cry of Abu, which translates to victory, which followed a commander's name, in this case O'Donnell. And now to a mind-bending picture or optical illusion. This picture is an optical illusion created by the legendary Spanish surreal artist Salvador Dali and is called Old Couple or Musician. At first glance you might see two young people deeply in love as the man serenades the woman, or perhaps you see two senior citizens looking deep into one another's eyes, smiling lovingly at each other. Maybe you see the golden chalice between them, which could easily hold a nice frothy beverage. No matter which of these things that you may perceive or see, you're not wrong, because like all optical illusions, mostly they are in the eye of the beholder and people see different things. So, question of the week. How feasible is it to build a bridge or a tunnel between Scotland and Ireland? Well, it's a challenge, to put it mildly, the Irish Sea being 200 metres deep. And if you're building a bridge, you've got to take into consideration that there's a lot of World War II dumped munitions in that area. And there's also the hazardous weather, and now that would see the bridge closed for months on end. So if you're building a tunnel, well, guess it's going to be longer and deeper than the Channel Tunnel, and that would make it one of the grandest projects, or tunnel projects, in history. The tunnel or bridge would also have to compete with ferries that more than suffice the needs of most people. Of course, considering all the extra paperwork that Brexit has and will generate, we could just somehow dump all this unnecessary paperwork in the ocean, cover it with concrete and build a road that way. No, perhaps not. Well, a funny video now, and in this clip we see a barber in Iran giving a customer exactly what he asked for.
יאללה. שלומי, תודה רבה. מה נשמע? ביי, בהצלחה. הבא בתור. בסדר? תגיד לי מה, אתה דפוק? מה זה? אחי, מה שראית לי, מה אתה רוצה? זה מה שרצית? זה? קיבלת!
Ah, poor lad. He probably had lots of his friends going up to him and trying to press the play button on the side of his head. To our brain teaser answer, a clever thief in the olden days was charged with treason against the king, sentenced to death, but the king decided to be lenient and let the thief choose his own way to die. What way should the thief choose? Well, the answer is that the thief decided to die of old age. The king being lenient and saying he did and would let him choose his own way allowed him just that. Good one if you've never heard it before. Pass it on to your friends if they haven't heard it. Finally, some words of affirmation or comfort or inspiration. A person becomes 10 times better and 10 times more attractive, not by their looks, but by their acts of kindness, respect and honesty. and indeed the loyalty that they show. If you have any thoughts or comments or features you'd like to see included, please do share with us. Leave a comment below. Until next time, look out for one another. Thank you for watching. Be safe and be well. Bye bye.
From the home studio of Michael Birmingham.